welcome back to A Drill and a Dream. My name is Abby, if you don't know me already, and I'm standing here at my fixer-upper house that's very nearly fixed up, on the inside at least. We've got lots of work to do on the outside, but one of the big things that I had on my to-do list for this season, for the 2025 summer season, was several excavation things. So I've been saying in the last few videos that I hired somebody to come who is going to come and do the excavation jobs. I got news that he's coming tomorrow. I'm super pumped. He said it should probably take 2 to 3 days. And it's cold and miserable today, even though it's June now. But I wanted to show you around real quick before he gets here tomorrow and everything goes crazy. I wanted to show you the before of everything and what the plans are. So there are 3 main things involved in what excavation work is going to be done this week. So I tried to there's a lot of things. There are a lot of excavation things that need to be done overall here, but I tried to cut it down to what was most important to do this season. And I broke it down into 3 things: the driveway, the shed, and the basement side of the house. So this is my driveway. At this point you can see that the cars are parked over on the lawn, which is, not doing the lawn any favors. And things are not looking the best, but it's really hard when you have more than one car and a 1-car driveway, because you have to park them one in front of the other or you can't get out. What a pain that is. So the goal is to widen the driveway so you can fit 2 cars next to each other. We're going to extend it back a little bit as far as we can go with the septic tank. So it'll be a nice big driveway, and then there are also going to be some parking spots over here, like we already are parking now, so that when we have lots of guests, there's places to park. And it'll be nice because there's like this little hole here that I'm always going around. I did fill it with some stones. This was from the flood that we had last year. There was a big ditch and I put some stones there, so it's okay, but it's not great. Also included in the driveway bit is kind of leveling out this lawn, because it's definitely a big steep little hill here, which obviously doesn't seem like a big deal, but the problem with it is I'm always riding it up with the tractor when I'm trying to mow, and also when my dad is plowing, he would push the snow, but then you can't push it. I don't know, the way that the hill is, it makes it hard for pushing the snow. And honestly, just all of this stuff is just because my lawnmower is hitting it in bad ways. And maybe I'm just bad at it, good chance of that. But also it's because of the hill that it all is. So smoothing will be great. It's all these little things that maybe don't make that much of a difference looks-wise. It's nothing you would know or realize. Oh, there's too much of a hill in the lawn, but it really does make a big difference just in keeping things running smoothly in all seasons. So I think that will be a big benefit. So driveway is number 1. Number 2 is, I don't think the same order that I said before, but since I'm here, the basement wall. Talk about overgrown mess. Oh my goodness. This is what happens when things are not nice. And yuck. Okay, so this is the basement wall. So the plan, hope, goal is to grade the earth up to the basement, and also here there's a steep drop off. This is a big pile, believe it or not, a big pile of nice stones that came from the original foundation wall, because if you recall, we made this new wall. So the plan is to fill this all up with a nice smooth grade, down maybe up to this window. Smooth grade down, also smooth grade down. Oh, actually, it's hard to explain all of this, but hopefully it'll work out. The thing is, when you're making earth move, right here is the door to the basement, and you can't just, you have to have it come down in a way so that, I don't know what I'm talking about, but I think I'm doing a really bad job of explaining, but I don't know why. I'm just going to tell you the fact then I think what the plan is we're gonna build a retaining wall with some of the bigger stones. So like this where I'm standing up against this door is gonna be a retaining wall of big stones. Somehow, hopefully he knows what he's doing because I don't even know how to explain it, but somehow have rocks here and then have the ground smooth down. So where all of this is can be more of a nice lawn, hopefully. Seems unrealistic at this point because it's such a genuine mess. But the goal is, big picture, to have some sort of smooth, nice lawn area here. We'll see how that all goes. Retaining wall sloping away nicely from the basement. I can already tell that trying to edit this video with the gibberish that's just spewing out of my mouth is going to be a nightmare. But hopefully in the end, I'll be able to show you what I'm talking about. So one of the main reasonings for this is that we had a lot of water. Honestly, you can't see behind all the weeds, but it just like slopes down. So even when I had the sump pump running out the basement door, the water would just swoosh back into the basement, and that's totally lame. Not to mention, in order to have the sump pump going, I had to open the basement door and leave the door open with the hose piped out. So with this water situation, I should be able to, we can make a hole in the cement blocks so that the hose can be sticking out all the time and then the water can run away from the house. That is the goal. We will see how all of that goes. But fun fact, I do have a fill pipe for my fuel tank now, which is a good thing. So I didn't have to open the door for them. All of these little things, checking off the list, are great. Okay, last but certainly not least is that we are finally tearing down this ugly shed behind me. I am so pumped about this. It is a major eyesore and it's totally yucky. I've had this house for 3 years and I have never once been able to open that door. So it's also useless. I'm very excited. The plan is to tear it down and kind of make this back area just a little bit more habitable. I'm sure there will be more work to come. I don't know how detailed it's gonna get, this time, but at least getting it a little bit better than it is. It's gonna change the look of the backyard so drastically. And I don't think I will be sad to see it go. So that's the plan. That's the before. It's starting to rain. I'm headed inside, but I can't wait to show you, how things progress, and I don't know how much I'll be able to film of him actually doing it. We'll see how that all goes, but I'll definitely keep you updated with the progress. Mark said that it was okay to film, so I set the camera up, and it was really interesting to watch him work and the way that he could move all of the stones and everything and smooth everything out. It was really quite mesmerizing to watch. So I hope that you enjoyed it. I apologize for the lack of camera angles, especially near the end. There weren't a lot of places that I could really put the camera up that wasn't in the way, and also I ended up going to work, so I left the camera running when I was gone. Boy, oh boy, friends, do I have things to show you today. So I got done work and I came home and Mark has done so much work. I can't believe how much he got done in just one day. So I'm going to start with what you've already seen, kind of, but from a different angle. It looks so good. So I'm heading down. It's kind of muddy and I'm wearing flip-flops. So if I slip and fall, don't laugh too hard at me. But I'm making my way downtown. Just kidding, making my way down. And wow, this is really kind of stick to your shoes mud. But I'm at the bottom in a place where I definitely could not have stood yesterday. Technically, I could have stood here, but I would not have. So take a look at this and how beautiful it looks. Oh, I want to really try to keep it cleared out, at least somewhat. Gomer is going a little bit crazy in the mud, a little bit more than I would like her to go, seeing as she's going into my house after this. Crazy cat. Something about today has turned her into a wild cat. Okay, I am very, very, very impressed with what he could do on the excavator, like stone wall wise, and he put down all of these nice little walkway stones so it's just not quite so miserable and grown up going to the basement door, good grief. But how cute is this? It makes me really, really excited for when I actually get my stone patio done. And he also separated all of these really nice stones that can be used in the patio, which is very exciting. You know, next year, can't wait. But this is one of 3 jobs completed. He brought over dirt that's nicer soil from the other side that I'm going to show you in a minute. So I'm going to put grass seed on this. I'm still not exactly sure how I'm going to take care of this. Probably like there's kind of like a line in the yard. You know, it's not the most pleasant thing, but where I stop mowing, and I'll probably just continue it down this direction, and then hopefully I can kind of ride or at least push mow down here. I'm very skittish on my lawnmower when it comes to tipping. I don't go anywhere near any sort of a grade, so I'll probably just push mow over here, at least for a while. But wow, what an improvement. And it will also be so much better for water, you know, going away from the house, and also I can put a sump pump hose out, which will be so, so nice. And I just love the little stone wall. I'm loving stone walls, which is a good thing for me because you know we have stones here. So what you did not see on the camera, I left my camera there while I was at work. I went to work. I was off this morning and then I went in this afternoon, but I just left my camera in the window filming everything. But what you didn't see on the other side of the house was the work on the driveway. So here is the driveway currently. He widened it up here. It's quite a lot wider. It's a good thing we moved the stone wall because you can see where it was. I'm really excited about this, honestly, just to have 2 cars be able to be parked here. And he also brought it all the way up to where the septic is, so we should be able to park our cars here and not be so much in view when we're sitting on the porch. Because it's such a beautiful view, you know, you don't want to just see car. I am not kidding. Gomer is like being really, really weird today. Just so much freshness and weird things going on, I guess. She's been chasing dirt around like a crazy cat. Seriously, she's chasing nothing. What a goober. So anyway, also there is this little jet out where we can park more cars or turn around, which I'm so excited. What I'm mostly excited about, honestly, is that we don't have to park our cars here. Because recently we've been pulling in and parking over on the grass just so we're not boxed in 2 cars in front of the other, but now we don't have to. Now we can pull right in, those of us who actually live here. And then this can be used as a turnaround or for extra cars when we have multiple people. So he also just did some work on the yard, smoothing it downhill instead of a big drop off. And this drop off here is going to be filled in with gravel, so the gravel is going to go all the way up to here. And he's doing that first thing tomorrow. He's coming with gravel, I think is the plan, filling the whole driveway in, which will be really exciting. And then he took some of the dirt to smooth things out, which I'm so excited about because I have a rough time mowing, making a big mess. Also, this looks a lot less. I would never drive my tractor over here before because I felt like I was going to fall down and I would leave a long space that had to be mowed by hand or weeded. And I feel like this is a lot safer now. He also took out some stumps. He read my mind on that. I had it on my list and I didn't tell him about it yet. And I came over to tell him and they were gone. So what a win. I'm just very impressed with Mark's work. He did a great job. It's really quite impressive just to watch, somebody who knows what they're doing and the way that you can build nice walls and stuff with the excavator and not even have to touch them with your hand. That's a win. So he also filled in some spots over on that side. I just think it's going to be a lot nicer to deal with, to maintain because of this. But it's definitely going to be, a little bit of time before the grass grows back. What is all this jazz? So I'll probably plant grass seed. Ugh, yuck. I'm very close to just saying chop down this tree. But I told myself I would wait one season and see if I really didn't like it and try not to make rash decisions. So anyway, how exciting. Today had so much progress. I love days with so much progress, especially when I didn't even have to do any manual labor. I didn't have to do anything, honestly. I just sat and watched, which is my favorite kind of progress day. So anyway, I think that I'm going to cut off this video and we'll do an excavation part 2. So this is to be continued. Next excavation video is going to be putting down the gravel and taking down that shed. So exciting. Tomorrow I have the day off, so I should be able to get good videos and show you everything that happens. I can't wait to see it myself and I can't wait to show you guys. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're so excited about the improvements. Major improvements, not just little guys, big stuff. Whoa, slippery. I wasn't kidding. Look at the mud caked on my shoes. Gross. So I'll see you guys next time on A Drill and a Dream.